Hey guys, how's it going? Cell here, and welcome back to episode 16 of the Ultimate Ironman. So I was planning to kick this episode off with a quest, but because of my own ignorance, I have completely botched the sequencing that I wanted to go with. So instead, there's a quick change of plans. So I want to do Temple of Ikov, which is the first big order of business here, but in order to do that, you need a U bow or better. And I'm 64 fletching. I can probably make a U short bow, right? Actually, you need 65, which is where my mistake was, so it's going to be a decent grind. I guess not extremely long, but 38k fletching XP. I'm probably just going to be fletching like maple longbows or something, I guess. It's going to be a bit of a pain. I'm going to get a woodcutting level in a bit along the way as well. Before that, though, I might as well get out my rune axe and my limpet roots, and then dragon sim as well. I'll just keep it out, equip that, and then when I need to, I'll put the rune axe back in the bag, and then I'll have enough space. Like this will just be the bow, and then I should have room for the 20 limpet roots, unless I'm missing something here in the quest guide. If so, I will handle that later. Might elk the Ivan staff, I don't know. If it comes down to it, it won't be too big of a deal, I don't think. Oh, you do need a knife. Interesting. I might drop the earth runes then for like a short moment there. Not a huge deal. Anyways, I'm going to do this whole thing and get back to you guys with a skill update. Alright, so it's been a few days since we planted these teak trees, and fortunately they all grew. I think they have a pretty high chance to grow when you use Ultra Compost anyways, so... And I think these are a lot of XP, so let's just go ahead and... Oh, yes. There's 53, 54... We're not going to get 55, but we are going to get halfway there. That is absolutely nuts. And I got a Hespori seed. Obviously I can't use that right now because you need 65 farming, but hopefully one of these days I'll be able to use those. Anyways, I'm going to chop a few of these for a birdhouse run and then replant these 3. Then probably put these back in the looting bag. This is maybe the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I wasn't paying attention. Are there 3 squirrels? There's 3 squirrels. I thought there were only 2 squirrels, and one handled the payment and one handled the clearing. In hindsight, that makes absolutely no sense, does it? I've never been more sad. I guess I'm going to probably pickpocket some master farmers, I guess, and then go from there. So, backup plan, I guess, for now. And if I don't get limpet seeds in like a reasonable amount of time, I'll just camp them at hobgoblins or probably hill giants, actually. So not a huge deal, but kind of annoying more than anything. Literally the first pickpocket I get limpet seeds. It's like the game wants me to struggle, but only enough to know that it's possible. Alright, here finally comes 65 fletching. Also got 68 woodcutting along the way, as mentioned. That was kind of boring, but I was able to AFK for a little bit at least while I did other things. Now I'm going to run around, check limpet roots, and hope that I get at least 15 and that a bunch of them didn't die. Okay, looks like we're just getting there. Guess I might as well keep the extra one as a cape seat. I'm done with today and everything. Like, that wasn't just a one-letter swap. I swapped the front and back half of the word and then the first letter of each half. That's just a little farming update. 44 farming? I just can't do anything today, can I? Anyways, I can make maple birdhouses now if I don't forget to buy stuff first. So it's pretty convenient to have that maple tree in Lumbridge for the time being, so that'll be nice. Another missed unique. Unfortunate. Alright, I know I'm all over the place right now, but I do have Tears of Gothics available. However, I wanted to go in rune crafting, and my runecrafting is higher than my Slayer currently. So, there aren't any quests, actually, and I thought there were, which is why I'm doing this now, that give Slayer XP, so... Looks like I need another task, and I'm not 70 combat yet, so I gotta go to Vanica. Hopefully it doesn't screw me over, please. Oh, that's actually a very solid task. I am completely okay with that. Don't know how many I'll need to kill, or whether I'll do it right now even. I guess I probably will, but before I do Temple of Ikov, I guess. Not all of it, of course, just enough to get us past our runecrafting XP. Alright, that'll do it for now. Got up to 40 defense as well. Current plan is to get to 55 defense before I move on to strength. Just so I can equip the Nate is not helm. I think that's a requirement at least. I'll have to look that up to be sure though. Anyways, on to Tears of Gothics. Ooh, 150 on the mark. Going into 31 runecrafting. Let's see what we got. Drumroll. 9k XP. That's like more than half of what we already had. Insane. It's gonna take us so long to catch up to Eden Slayer. Okay, maybe not really, but it is gonna require us to actually train the skill a decent bit, like more than one task worth, so... I guess we'll cross that bridge either in about a week from now or when we come to it. I don't know, maybe 1 week will go into Slayer, I'm not really sure. After a much longer journey than I anticipated, there's Temple of Ikov finished. Oh, I just realized how long this episode's running on already. So I should probably stop rambling so much and just get on with it. Anyways, yeah, really annoying quest from the classic era. And I have to think about what I want to do next. I guess I can make my amulet of strength again since I had to drop that during the course of this quest. Alright, I'm pretty much in the exact middle of Desert Treasure now. I lost another set of recordings to my own idiocy. Accidentally corrupted the clips again. I know what happens. Basically, I have a set of clips I'm recording and they're stored in memory, and I shut my computer down. And they didn't get saved, so... because I didn't save them. Anyways, taking this back to the pyramid, I already have the blood diamond as well, so I don't get attacked by a stranger. For those that don't know, I think they're level 95 strangers that can attack you at any given moment, and after getting the blood diamond, it took probably like 5 seconds for me to get attacked, so I'd rather avoid that and avoid dying. Anyways, I think those are probably the two easier ones. At least the shadow diamond's probably the easiest, apart from the annoying lockpicking part. So it'll be interesting to see how I handle the ice one, because that one is probably going to be the biggest pain. There's a random Slayer level. Gotta kill trolls for this quest, and we happen to be on a trolls task, so I guess it's helping us out with getting Slayer past our runecrafting again, if that's even gonna happen. I can't believe I just did this. I died in that cave. I don't think it's instance, but I guess it could be. Oh, I was tilted because the quest guide made no sense, and I took time. I was in a corner away from a bunch of trolls, but one wandered over and killed me. Oh, dumb mistake. And now I'm realizing I completely read the quest guide wrong, and I was not supposed to be killing ice trolls in that cave. I was supposed to be killing them past the gate, which makes way more sense because that's the way I thought that you went, but, you know, there was a cave nearby, so I'm just salty. You guys know how it is. Pardon the rain, but this is the last diamond we needed to get. This quest was not as bad as I expected it to be. I don't really remember doing it in the past. I think I've only done it once. So, on my main in what is now RS3, used to be RS2, of course. Actually, I don't even know if I did this pre-EOC, honestly. Might have been after, but yeah, it wasn't too bad overall, especially if we don't get attacked by any more strangers. I think we've only been attacked by one, and that was in the set of clips that I lost. Pardon the rain, by the way. I don't know if I already said that, but it's I'm situated right next to my window, and it's kind of loud, so unfortunate, but it's not like I can... well, I guess I could talk over this sometime later, but yeah. Okay. Yep, we are indeed getting attacked. But It's the last diamond, so now we should be good to go. Alright, here we go. Azanadra is a ghost for some reason instead of a Majrat. Guess I don't understand why, but anyways. 20,000 magic XP, ancient magics, and most importantly, immediately anyways, well, we can get a task done while we're here by switching over to this, then this again, then back to that, because, I mean, it's kind of cool to look at. I like that they changed the book icon now as well. When you switch teleport? When you switch magic spellbooks, completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh, it's immediately important because it allows us to complete Desert Treasure. I mean, I'm just done with this entire episode, aren't I? Recipe for Disaster and unlock Barrows gloves. I'm sure we'll find use for ancient magics at some point, like bursting things and such, which is another thing I have absolutely no experience with in this game, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure. Yeah, we can get an ancient staff by talking to the main guy that helps us during the quest, but I don't want to do that right now because we won't be able to drop it, or at least we won't want to drop it, and it's the only thing that can auto-cast ancients that's easy to get. So I'd rather keep that with him. He sells you one for like 80k, I think. So we don't have a use for it immediately. Might as well have him hold on to it. The only other way to get one, you can't buy them infinitely, I don't believe. The wiki has him like listed as a shop sort of thing, but it also specifies that he only sells you one, which is another thing I've heard from multiple people. So the only other way to get one is from like a 1 in 512 drop from, I think, these mummies in here. That might not be true though, and at least the only way that we would get it. You can also get it from like the archaeologist in the wilderness. It's like a 128, which still isn't a great drop rate, but better than 1 in 512 for sure. But it's in the wilderness, which makes things way more annoying, especially as an ultimate, so I'd rather just leave that there until we have a use for it. Alright, so I completely forgot you can't use prayer in the final recipe for disaster fights. And another thing I didn't consider was that I'm going to be completely broke if I buy armor right now. I'm kind of eager to finish recipe for disaster, or at least give it a shot. And I'm going to buy this stuff eventually anyways. So I'm going to buy this and probably some plate legs as well. Going to buy our rune gloves back, get a pair of climbing boots. Don't know what I'm going to do for helmet yet. Maybe buy a rune full helmet if it's not going to super break the bank, but I am going to take some money out of the Nightmare Zone coffer. Like I said, I'm going to be completely broke after this. However, I already planned on going to do some blackjacking after this, just to be able to afford Barrows gloves in the first place, because I didn't really have enough money for that anyways. So it's not a huge deal to have to go for a little bit longer. Anyways, hopefully I can do this quest, because I just watched DVS's series, or the part of his series in which he does these fights, and he's like base 70s, and the first fight he does with better gear than I have, better stats than I have, and he ends it with one piece of food. So hopefully I can get by using less food, or try enough times to get lucky or something. I don't know. Oh, I guess we had less or more money than I thought. I thought we had 250k. We actually have 450k, so not quite as bad, but I'm still incentivized to go blackjacking, probably up to like 80, 81-ish after this. Trust me when I say that this is the best gear my money can buy. This is gonna be a little ridiculous. The main fight I'm worried about is the first one, because the other ones can be gimmicked in some way and or are easier. Let's see here. Yeah, this is the only one that is going to use two styles and hit accurately with both of them, I believe. The other ones... Oh. Okay, I'm reading the Gelatin Elf Mother, and can hit up to 40, apparently. I'm going to cross that bridge when I come to it, but let's check our defensive stats, like mid 150s plus. Oh man, this is going to be real sketchy, I think. But the only risk I have of losing items is if I DC really. I should be able to teleport out. Obviously got my filters going, so I only have teleports here. In case I like panic and misclick or something. Yeah, and my internet hasn't dropped in several months. It's dropped once in the past 7 months for like 10 minutes. So I'm not extremely worried about it. But I think I am going to record a separate clip of me fighting everything just for posterity's sake. See how well this clip ages. Alright, I've only had 2 attempts at the boss, but it's gone poorly enough that I'm looking at trying a few other things, and by that I mean switching to Slayer. Hopefully getting a few stat increases that might help. Honestly though, it's probably not going to do that much in the end. I might just get 55 defense for the Nate is not helm, and I guess go from there, try it again. I don't know. Maybe I'll just... Alright, I'll give it one more shot, and if it doesn't pan out, then I'll go do some Slayer. Nope, got him down to 45. That was my second best attempt. First attempt I got him down to 10, which is just insulting, but I guess I'm gonna go do at least the remainder of my Slayer task, and then maybe give another shot after that. I don't really know though. Kind of demotivating to have to stop and do something else just because of this reason, but it is what it is. You know, it's not a huge deal if we get Barrows gloves a little bit later. And if it was that big of a deal, I could always get dragon gloves. Even so, the rune gloves aren't that much worse. Like, it's already a big deal to have those this early, in my opinion. At least for me, anyways. And there are other things we do to, like, match that strength bonus, like get a torso, which I'm probably not going to do until afterwards. But could do that sooner, things like that. So I guess I'm going to go do this Slayer task real quick. So I was thinking, and this kind of runs countermeasure to our goal of leveling up our melee stats, but the Troll Generals have a 1 in 128 to drop a Granite Shield, which would be a significant improvement over our current shield and bolster our defenses quite a bit, which would possibly allow us to actually kill the first boss. So I think I want to give killing those a try with Fire Strike, because why not, and see if we can get lucky enough to get one of those. Oh, what just happened? That was weird. Holy crap, I thought I put my protection barrier on. Holy crap. Oh, this is a nightmare. Everything's going fine until that exact moment. Anyways, I just got 33 Slayer, or like 5 kills in here, and it was going smoothly up until that point. Yeah, I don't know if I caught that on the clip or not, but it was standing right here. I think trying to walk over there, because when I attacked it, it wasn't moving at all, even doing like the moonwalk thing. And then on my last hit, it teleported back into this room and died there. So I have no idea what happened there. I guess it was staying there for too long. But it didn't like reinstantiate or anything. I almost missed it. 51 defense. Yeah, I'm casting defensively. Get at me. I know it's probably not the greatest idea, but I felt like finishing off that level. I may switch to pure magic now because we're so far away from the next one. And we're following it up with 34 Slayer. Alright, after taking a look at the Granite Kite Shield wiki, I decided I'm trying way too hard at this because apparently the ice trolls on the Fremenic Isles also have a 1 in 128 chance to drop these, except they also have a 1 in 64 to drop a Rune Kite Shield, and they're just significantly easier to kill. 1, because they're lower level and have lower stats and all that, and 2, the Fremenics also killed them for you, so I'm gonna head there and try my luck for the remainder of this task, I think. Yes! Got the Rune Kite Shield. This is actually better than the Granite Kite Shield, I believe. It has a higher crush bonus, which I think is what the boss does use, the one that we're struggling against, the first one. We also got some very nice alkables. I'm gonna wait until, yeah, let's do this. Well, I guess I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna alch them. Yeah, Rune Warhammer is like almost 25k, as you can see down here. I'm gonna finish up this task since I have 7 left and could get some more alkables, I guess. Alright, not much more in the way of alkables, but I'm definitely glad to have gotten this Rune Kite Shield, and I'm gonna give the boss one more attempt before I pack it in for the night. Alright, one more shot. Let's do this. Come on, we're getting there. Yes! Okay, I have no idea what's going on here. Teleport. Okay. Not prepared for the next boss. Thank you very much. Okay, that was like a major roadblock. I think I'm gonna be able to handle the rest of them. The main concern is the Gelatinov Mother. Interesting. Basically, she can combo people out. She can hit up to 40, which is insane. I guess I'll have to see how likely that actually is. I don't know. I'm going to research that, but for now I'm going to bed and I'll get back with more clips tomorrow. Alright, I've decided to chicken out and not risk it as much. Just because I'm such a low level, I am going to die in Edgeville, I think, and then actually maybe it'd be easier and more convenient to die in Lumbridge, so I could run back and get stuff more easily. But I am going to, at the moment, move my house over to Bramhaven. Oh, it's so expensive. Okay, go for it. It can stay there for a while. That's what I'm telling myself anyways. And then I'm going to stuff some stuff in the looting bag, buy as much food as I can, then die somewhere that's easy to get to, probably Lumbridge, and do the fights individually like that. Should give me a bit more space for inventory stuff, and obviously mitigates the risk of losing literally everything we have to like a disconnection or something. In that case, we'll only lose what's on us, which would be a much less of a big deal. So yeah, gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, I'm starting a 50-minute timer for when we died. I'm on world 340, I think. Yep. We can, I believe, fit everything in our inventory that's important. So we don't absolutely need to go get a looting bag, but I want to give myself a bit of leeway there just in case I want to go grab one. Alright, Flambead is the first one, and the plan here is to entangle, or snare rather, and then cast Waterbolt. Alright, he's down. Didn't use too much food, of course, but we are running low on nature runes, so I'm going to go buy a few more of those, and well, I guess we don't need water runes for spells anymore, so that should do it, I think. No, if we're going to need more natures, we're going to need more waters, probably. I'll buy some just to be safe. Well, that didn't go well at all. Got her to like 100 out of 250 hit points down, so she's at like 150, and stats are too low because she is spamming her ice attack, which I think is what drains her stats. I don't think they just drain normally like they do on the way up to the Desert Treasure fight, but yeah, just completely wrecked my stats, and I can't cast spells anymore, so guess I'm gonna go start a third death pile. I mean, I'm gonna pick everything up, but still. Let's see, we've got 33 minutes left on the timer that I set previously. Alright, she's down out of here, and that's Desort. It's the vampire from Desert Treasure now, so I think I'm going to go back to the snare strategy after I die and get my stats back again. This is like the 5th time I've had to die for this quest. Alright, that one's probably the easiest so far. Sorry I'm not showing very many clips like during the fight, by the way. I know it's probably kind of boring. I usually forget in like the midst of the fight to actually record things, plus, you know, there's a risk that I die and lose all my stuff and etc, etc. The next one up is the Gelatinov Mother, which can combo you out for up to 80, so mostly just hoping that doesn't happen, and I am going to pick up the Rune Kite Shield in exchange for my tome on this fight, just because of the high range defense bonus it has. It even has higher than the Granite Shield, which is what I was initially going for. So I'm glad I switched over from that and got the Runecart shield instead. If I can find it. There it is. Alright, I picked up my Dragon Scimitar, but I don't think I'm gonna use it, so it's just more unnecessary risk, I guess, but I'm too lazy to die again when I'm gonna have to a bunch. At least a couple times after this next fight. Oh, that was way more of a war of attrition than I wanted it to be. That was rough. Gotta buy more Chaos Runes. I'm tempted to buy some Death Runes, honestly. This is the last fight before the Culinaromancer. So it might be worth it just to go ahead and do that. I'm running real low on cash right now. At least the stack that is in the death pile over here. But I do have 200k left in the Nightmare Zone coffer. I am willing to blow it all to complete this quest. I'm already committed to getting a bunch of stuff back, or like money after this anyway, so yeah, I think I'm going to buy some runes, maybe death runes, get some more food, come back here, refresh this pile, and get back to it. Come on, yes, okay, I think we got it. And I'm teleporting, okay. I don't care how easy the last boss is, I don't want to risk it. That was second attempt. Took forever, got pretty unlucky, in my opinion. It probably didn't, but I'm just complaining about it. Had to splurge on some death runes, etc, etc. That's it. Okay. Yes, give me the glorious cutscene. I didn't realize you could zoom in and out here. Alright. That's what you call a thumbnail moment right there. Oh, it's over. I cannot believe the sheer amount of questing I've done in this account, especially considering most of these quests, like the higher level ones, all of the higher level ones. This is my first time doing it on Old School, and on the Ultimate Ironman. We just got Barrows gloves unlocked on the Ultimate Ironman, level 67 combat. Absolutely crazy to me. I've been stuck in the mindset of like laziness, I guess, for so long. Like in the past when I've played, not just on my Ultimate but other accounts as well, I've been like I always stop myself for some reason from trying stuff like this, but this time around I've been like, you know what, let's just go for it, see what happens, you know? And turns out pretty good things happen. Oh, this is awesome. I'm so glad we were able to get that out of the way and we didn't have to level and come back and all of this other jazz. And of course, what would this moment be if not ruined by the lawn maintenance people outside? Anyways, we got this antique lamp. I don't know if you can bank this in Old School. I think you can in RS3 though. Obviously that doesn't really apply to me though. So you need 50 plus in a skill that you want to try, as you can see if you try on one that's lower. Of course we're going to put that in Herblore, as with everything else. 1.2 mil Herblore XP an hour. That's pretty solid. Most UIM can't get that. Alright, all just jokes aside, 53 Herblore. Very solid. Still quite a few more lamps we can put into that. Realistically, 77 is like the first like super long term thing that I'm aiming for because of stamina potions, and we do have the ability to make super energies that we need for that, and we have a decent amount of Avento. I almost went to check the bag. 75 Avento, as you can see there. Anyways, I'm going to stuff most of the stuff in the bag before I do one more thing to wrap up the episode. Alright, never mind. The Runelight plugin was lying to me. I suspected it might be, but I wasn't entirely sure. Said these trees would be done at 9:25 a.m., which was well over an hour ago, but they will not be done until 6:45 p.m. So I guess that'll be for next episode. At least one farming level out of that as well. Anyways, I am going to end this episode off here, and this is a bit of a teaser for next episode. We're going to do bit more skilling focus, including some Zaya content to prepare us for some more combat-oriented things in the future. Anyways, if you guys have enjoyed the episode, feel free to give it a like. It helps me out a ton. Leave comments, any sort of feedback, questions, random comments. I like them all. And subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks again for watching. See you around. Peace.